The answer to that is yes, you can. And it is a very, very interesting looking marketplace. Singapore as a country is, I think, about 5 million people, something like that. There's an inordinate amount of money there. Because Singapore, of course, is a tax haven and or a low tax jurisdiction, should we say. And lots and lots of money there, lots and lots of people who are all shopping online there. And so it's no surprise that Amazon decided to open a marketplace there as well. It's no surprise that they did that. So how the hell do you get started? How the hell do you start selling on Amazon in Singapore? So let's just go that. Sell on Amazon. Just like anything, let me talk you through it. So there's a couple of nuances about Amazon in Singapore. To sell there, you will need, here in Australia, you will need a PTY Ltd company. If you are a sole trader, in my understanding is that it is very, very difficult to get onto the Singapore marketplace as a sole trader. I don't know why that is the case, but that's my understanding, and that comes straight from Amazon. So you need a PTY Ltd company in Australia. That company must be registered for GST here in Australia. Regardless of the amount of money you're making, you need to be registered for GST because you will get asked for that information. And when you sign up for Amazon Singapore, you will be asked for your GST number in Singapore. So just like Australia, Singapore has goods and services tax. It's 7% in Singapore, if my memory serves, versus 10% here in Oz. But you need to be GST registered in Singapore. And the good news is you can be GST registered, or you can get registration for GST through your entity in Australia. So you can become GST registered and get a GST number through your entity in Australia. So you can, that's no problems at all. Pretty simple to do. You do it through their government website. I forget the name of it, but you do it through the government website. And you'll also need a mobile phone number, and that mobile phone number can be a Australian mobile phone number, no problems there. And you'll also need a bank account in Singapore where they can deposit your funds. Now, that's not the stumbling block that it sounds, because companies like World First will give you that, so you can give a bank details for Singapore, and what happens is basically they're paying that into World First's bank account in your name, and then World First will transfer it to you minus their fees for doing that. So and of course you need a debit card or a credit card, but again, that can be your Australian debit card or your Australian credit card, no problems there at all. So it's a pretty simple process to get yourself set up and selling in Singapore. And I believe as a marketplace, it's a very, very interesting marketplace. And how can I say this without getting myself in trouble? Well, I've already mentioned that Singapore is a low tax jurisdiction. And so it is also increasingly difficult to get a actual Singaporean bank account with a Singaporean company. That's getting increasingly difficult to do, just like it is in Hong Kong as well, although you wouldn't want to get a Hong Kong company now. But anyway, it's much, much easier if you're trading already in Singapore. And of course, if you're selling on Amazon, you are trading. If you're GST registered, you've got a history there, much, much easier. And so you can consider, as your Amazon business grows, moving your Amazon business into a lower tax jurisdiction, like Singapore, for instance. Hope that helps. Can Australia still become I don't know the answer to that, Damien. Would the market include Singapore's neighbours? Nope, it doesn't. But just like any marketplace, you can start selling on Singapore and deliver outside of Singapore, just like any of them, you know. Hope that helps. It's a good market. Look, for me, the most interesting markets currently that Amazon is opened or opening is Australia, India, and Brazil. For me, they're the three most interesting marketplaces because of the amount of opportunity there and the amount of money that I believe can be made there. I think Australia, Brazil, India, I think personally they're the three most interesting marketplaces. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.